Like the expectation to be a decent man, but here you are, you just came up to me and you decide to fat shame me. And that tells me that I'm not safe around you. If you've ever felt annoyed at the gym because some unknown man has given you unsolicited advice like you should like fix your form over here, aap na ye sab theek kar lo, and you're just like, why does this guy not trust me with my own workout? Isko kya lagta hai ki agar wo hamari help nahi karega to hum ladkiyon ka workout nahi hoga? Then this video is for you, my love. Hello and welcome back to Serena Tsai's channel. Right off the bat, I do want to mention that I do not think that all men are terrible people, and I do not mean to generalize in any way. However, this video is made for women who feel for one reason or the other insecure going to the gym, whether that is because of the male gaze, because of social anxiety, or they just don't feel that they are confident. So I hope that through this video you not only feel seen, but through my story you also find some solutions. So first I'm going to discuss my story and why I feel very anxious going to the gym, and towards the end of the video I will also be discussing the solutions that I am using to overcome it. So the first time I ever weightlifted was actually when I was 13 or 14 years old, and that was because it was a part of my curriculum, like a part of physical education, where I was supposed to inculcate Pilates, yoga, weightlifting, and all of these different workouts to kind of make my own customized plan, and then I would get a grade on it at the end of the semester. And this was literally a part of my school curriculum. I know that sounds like a very forward school, because it was. I am actually like a diplomat's daughter. So the school was International School of Beijing, which was based in China. So most of my school life was abroad, where I was surrounded by people who were just like me. Like for example, I can't speak the local language, which is Chinese, and I constantly move countries like every 2 or 3 years. So my friends were also like Korean or American, and their parents were either in the Korean embassy or the American embassy, or maybe they worked in bigger companies. Basically their job required them to move a lot, and so my school was like kind of specially made for the international community and for students who literally move a lot, which is why I never had to formally learn any of the languages of the places that I lived in. Anyways, that's far from the point. My reason for telling you this is going to such a privileged school ensures that you have a very safe upbringing. Later on, when I talk about all the things that happened to me, you'll realize why I was highly sensitive towards them. What I'm trying to say is that the environment that I grew up in was extremely privileged and safe, especially when we were doing postings outside. जैसे आर्मी लोगों की posting होती है, तो हमारी posting होती थी. And so growing up in such an environment, it comes with its own set of struggles, because then you don't realize what is out there in the real world. I think I had a very soft upbringing in some aspects. When I was moving back to India, when I was like 16 years old, I was under the impression that, of course, I faced a lot of racism and classism in my entire life. So I was actually very happy moving back to India, because this is my country and these are my people, and at least I won't be facing any of those things in my life. But little did I know that there's still sexism that I will experience. So when I moved back from China, I was like in the 11th grade, and I went to a very regular CBSE school. And if you've ever gone to a CBSE school, in 11th and 12th, they really don't encourage joining any extracurricular activities unless you're like super good at it and you just suck at studies, so maybe sports quota will get you somewhere. Otherwise, they don't encourage it. And I was like, I don't need the school for any extracurriculars. I'm going to join my own class outside of school. I found this class which had like contemporary dance and also aerobics. I used to go there every single day. So one day was aerobics class, जहाँ पे usually aunties or people who really want to lose weight वो सब ही आते थे. So basically it was like one day contemporary class, one day aerobics class. And in my contemporary class there were only 5 people, out of which 3 were girls and 2 were men. On one of those days, the 2 other girls did not come for some reason. So it was just me and one of the other guys. Now I had been going to that class for at least 2 months, so I had like a decent level of trust developed. So on one of these days, like we were practicing because it was just the 3 of us. One was like a 21-year-old guy, the other one was the teacher himself. I really cannot tell people's ages. I think he was like above like 30. And then of course there was me, 16 years old. So we were like rehearsing for this one big performance day that was supposed to happen, as all dance classes do. He was teaching us the choreography and everything, and then the guy goes like, now is the part where we're going to like lift the girls, okay? And I was like, okay, I didn't think much of it. Basically what they were going to do, they were going to use my hands and then basically pull me up, and I was going to like sit on their shoulder. And I completely trusted them. And so we did that. I was sitting on their shoulder, and even then, tab bhi sab kuch theek tha when I was sitting on their shoulder. So in my memory, I really remember like the teacher guy kind of saying like, "Arey," to the other 21-year-old. And that 21-year-old felt a lot more safer to me than that teacher guy. He was like, "Hey, arey dhang se pakad," and something. So they kind of like adjusted me mid-air. I don't know why they adjusted me mid-air, and they kind of like at one point in time, instead of their shoulders holding me, like their entire hands were on my ass, and I felt very violated. I was like, this was not part of the plan. I felt very deceived. At that point in time, I didn't think much of it because I was like, you know, maybe it was a mistake. Because I was mid-air, they didn't know what to do, and maybe they were trying to prevent me from falling or something like that. I was just like, was this intentional? Was this not intentional? I wasn't so sure, but either way I did feel violated. I just said that I don't feel well, and then I left that class, and I literally never went back there ever again. I never talked about it. I did tell my mother, who was like, let me go and like teach them a lesson, but even I wasn't sure what happened, or was it on purpose or was it not on purpose. I just knew that I didn't feel good over there, and I don't want to go back there. And I was, I think, also very emotionally immature to put my feelings into words. At that point in time, I thought that was the last time that I trusted any man with my body. But now when I look at it in retrospect, like 9 years later, I'm just like, जोर नहीं था बाजू में, आए बड़े लड़की को लिफ्ट करेंगे, डांस इंडिया डांस चल रहा है ना तुम्हारे 20 स्क्वायर फुट के बेसमेंट में. And it really pisses me off. Now the second time that I went to the gym, and yes, I'm going to list out all the incidents where men have disappointed me. Like already I feel like it's so hard for me to get the motivation to be like, oh my god, I'm going to step into a new place and like do something for me and my body, and then it just all comes shattering down. Now the second time that I stepped into a gym, and the timeline is, it was the summertime between my 12th and me going to college. I walk into the gym and I have this trainer who trained me for like 2 whole months. That trainer used to really build me up, like, oh my god, you're doing so good. Honestly, like, the bar was here for me. Like the bar is literally on the floor for me. It's very easy to please me, and that's not something I realized back then. But I was like, oh my god, finally I have a really good trainer. Yay, I'm doing so good. And then that bitch had to ruin everything for me. So in order to get my attention, my trainer decides to tap me. And of course he has to tap me because I was in a gym that is majorly male dominated, like most gyms, and obviously men need their extra loud music to give their testosterone and ego a boost, and they don't even care that they might lose their hearing in like their late 60s or something. So yeah, he taps to call my attention because otherwise I wouldn't be able to hear him. So this guy does not tap on my shoulder to get my attention. He taps on this little triangle at my waist that was exposed. Like I had tucked in my shirt in a way that wherever you tuck the shirt in, right, like wahan se uthi hui hoti hai wo shirt. I guess I'll make like a video of it or something. But basically it wasn't even that much exposure. It was just the tiniest part of my waist and the most single part of my body that was actually exposed, because I remember I was wearing a full sleeve shirt. Like literally this was the amount of skin that was exposed on my waist. Like the expectation to be a decent man and respect a woman's boundaries was this small, and he still managed to cross it, because this is where he touched me to call on me. And that tells me that I'm not safe around you, because I have a shoulder, I have a head, I have another shoulder, and I have other places of my body that are covered, but you decide to touch me on that little area that was not. Again, this may look like overreaction to you, but that's why I told you at the beginning of the video that my upbringing was extremely safe, and I can sense it when people are not safe, okay? Because the standards need to be this high. Because even if there's a 2% chance, I'm not even saying 2% chance, let's say there's a 0.2% chance that this guy wants to hit on me, I'm not having it. I simply don't want to be bothered about it, and I simply just left the gym. So you have to also keep in mind that at that point in time I was going through like a cultural shock of like various levels, because there were also boys in my school जो मेरे साथ में zigzag करके ऐसे स्कूटी लेके जाते थे, which I didn't like. And then there were also a lot of immature people जो like I would trust them with my number because we want to share an assignment or something like that, and in the end they were immature enough to give my number to the entire school, and men just like texting me and talking shit about me just because I didn't want to hang out with them or something. They would slut shame me, typical immature boy things. So at that point I was just so done with men that even if somebody touched me, I was like, I'm out of here. And I think God really wanted me to heal, because after that incident I literally went to a girls' college for 3 whole years, and I had little to no interaction with men. And the next time I ended up at the gym was after I completed my college. So now I think we're on exhibit 3. Around like 2022, when COVID was majorly gone, or at least not that threatening anymore, I decided to go back to a gym. And this time I asked one of my female friends to recommend me a gym. I thought that if I'd go through a reference, then there's more of a chance that it would be a gym that is safe for me to go to, and I could possibly be saved from the wrath of creepy men. And that did work out for me, because this new gym was great, and even the trainer was one of the best trainers that I have ever worked with. I took training from him for 3 whole months. Being a trainer was a side hustle, but like he also had a corporate job. So I think at the end he kind of chose his corporate job, so he kind of left the gym later on. But like that was a really nice trainer, because I felt very comfortable with him. Also the exercises he made me do were not too overpowering, and they actually led to like really good results. But after that dude left, okay, I was automatically transferred to another trainer. Now that guy's training was good, like I'm not saying that he was a bad person, but he was really aggressive, and he kind of trained me like I'm going to be representing Sector Satara ka WWE championship. Isn't that for wrestling? But whatever the championship is for, you know, bodybuilding, I am the woman representing from that gym, and like I need to like just be the strongest woman ever. So he kind of trained me like that, which was a little too much for me. If you don't know about my background, or you're new to my channel, I suffer from chronic anxiety for the past 8 or so years. The 2 incidents I said before, I was literally just going for the fun of it, but after that I was going for the gym also because literally every mental health professional that I would go to would tell me to have some sort of consistent exercise in my routine. For me, I really need that accountability of paying money somewhere, giving somebody else the responsibility, so that I just need to like show up. That's why I chose gym as my form of exercise. So my point being, me going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week was the achievement. Losing weight and gaining muscle, if that happened, that's a bonus. The main point for me was just to go and do some exercise and then come back. That's literally all I was looking for. But this trainer was way too intense for me, and I opened up to him and I really had a conversation कि listen, मेरे लिए gym तक पहुंचना ही बहुत बड़ी achievement है, and I'm not looking for like very extensive exercises, because he used to push me a lot to the point that when I'd come home I would be either so dead कि मैं कुछ और काम कर ही नहीं पा रही हूँ because मेरा सर इतना फट रहा है, or I would not feel motivated to go to the gym the next day. I would just be like, oh my god, I cannot do that. I had become fearful of it. So I expressed all of these emotions to the guy, and he was like, okay. So he thought my diet was the problem. Then my diet was not the problem. It was just that I felt very overworked, and that was the point in time when he was trying to rectify my diet, when I realized that he was training me like a man, but I was supposed to be trained like a woman. Now I really like this guy and I have nothing against him, but when I did my research, I realized that of course women have a 28, 30, 31 day cycle, whereas men have only a 24-hour cycle. So while men can have a very linear sort of progress, like this week they're training and lifting 10 kgs, next week they might be lifting 12 kgs, and the next week they might be lifting 15. So they have like a very linear growth, whereas for a woman, I can literally be lifting 10 kgs in my follicular phase, and then when it's my ovulation phase, I'll be like, oh my god, I feel so strong, let me lift like 12 kgs. And then I'd go back into my luteal phase and I'll be like, you know what, I need to go back to my 10 kgs or even lesser. And then on your periods, of course, is like when you have the least amount of energy. So basically for us, it's like a very fluctuating level of energy. So I realized that I cannot perform the same thing and always have a linear sort of growth. That is when a good man came in my life, that is my boyfriend, and he told me, Diksha, you already know all of the gym stuff, like you know the exercises. I was literally going off and on since I was 13-14 years old. I was very accommodated to what a gym is, what the machines do, and what the form was. So he was like, why don't I give you a plan and you just do it yourself? When you do that, you'll be doing it at your own pace and you don't have to worry about a trainer pushing you too hard or touching you. And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So now, of course, because I'm also socially anxious, I'm not going to go up to the trainer and be like, listen, I don't want you training me anymore, but I still want to access your gym. That's a little too upfront for me and also a little bit rude, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And so of course I find a newer gym. So this is, I think, our fourth gym. So now I find this newer gym and I am very upfront, and as soon as I enter the gym, I am like, listen, I just want access to your gym. I don't want any trainer to train me. And this guy completely respects my boundaries. For 6 months or something, I was going there 3 to 4 times a week, and I actually was building confidence. Like, oh my god, I'm not even receiving training, I'm just following a normal workout plan, which is like a PDF on my phone, and still I am actually gaining strength and I'm improving. So I was like really building confidence. But that's not to say that it was a completely peaceful 6 months or year or so, because there were 2 different trainers. The one I drew the boundary with was the trainer that was in the morning. So if I'd go in the evening, there was another trainer who thought that it was his job to train me. And in fact, not even this guy, other random men always walk up to you in the gym and they're like, you know, you're not doing this right, अगर आप ऐसे करोगे ना तो आपको injury हो जाएगी. At this point in time, I'd rather have that injury than talk to you. But okay, let's keep going. So this second trainer, right, he would literally have no knowledge of the workout that I'm doing, and he would come and be like कि you know, अगर आप ऐसे करोगे ना तो आपके glutes में ज़्यादा pressure नहीं आ रहा, आपके quads में ज़्यादा pressure आ रहा है. And I was just like, yeah, but what if मैं अपने quads को ही ज़्यादा workout करने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ? How do you have the confidence to just walk up to somebody and just assume that you know whatever they're trying to do better? Like, you don't know my workout plan, you don't know my goals. Like, how do men have that much confidence? Like, how? I am in awe of the unsolicited advice that I have received in the gym, and I have never once reacted or screamed or shouted at anyone. I think because there are other parts of my life where I have overreacted all the time. So I was like, oh my god, no, stay calm, stay calm. And I'm one of those kind of people who avoids controversy. So every time I feel like I'm being watched or some guy really wants to save me, I just pick up my equipment and I go to the other corner of the gym and I work out there. And so this trainer that used to come in the evening at my fourth gym, right, this annoying guy, he noticed that I only came to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, and he was like, you know, अगर आप regular नहीं आओगे, then you're not going to get the results that you want. And I was like, okay, so what are the results that I want? And he's like, you know, जो भी आपको results चाहिए, जो भी आपके goals हैं, वो आप ऐसे तो achieve नहीं कर पाओगे अगर आप रोज gym नहीं आओगे. And then I was like, my goal is to just show up here, and I come here for endorphins and for my mental health. I need to be consistent those 3 to 4 days, and then I'll think about coming every single day. For me, it's baby steps, and I really want to say it, but I was like, you guys are one of the reasons that I don't want to come here, because I was at that point in time extremely irritated of mansplaining. And even अगर दूसरा बंदा मेरा भला भी चाहता होगा ना, I would rather suffer an injury than be mansplained at the gym. Anyways, exhibit 5, I think. So the 5th gym I go to, I scored a decent paying job, which I lost afterwards. Like, I think I just got that job to pay for the next gym membership, which was like a year long. So abhi recently wo khula tha, like a year or year and a half back, and because I had just got this job, I joined this gym. And I literally joined because I was like, oh my god, now these gyms which are a little bit more premium, over here no man is going to talk to me, because यहाँ पे तो personal trainer को you have to pay, otherwise कोई मुझे मुंह नहीं लगाएगा, because after a while your opinion can give you cash, so why would you give it for free, right? Boy was I wrong. So एक दिन मैं ऐसे ही exercise कर रही थी, and I was 100% sure that I was doing it right. And this guy, he walks up, he's obviously a trainer, and it's written like trainer, and he was like, you're not doing this right. And I didn't pay much heed to it, and I was like, fine, I mean, this was the only exercise that I think I was doing right, but okay, I'm habitual of this. Okay, so this guy is like, no ऐसे नहीं करना है everything, and I was like, ठीक है, बोलेगा फिर चला जाएगा, and then whatever. But he stays there, and he's just like watching my form, which also kind of makes me uncomfortable, but whatever. And he's like, oh no, आप अभी भी सही नहीं कर रहे हो, you have to do this. And I actually start to go crazy a little bit in my head, because I literally joined this gym so that I could not be interrupted in my workout by other men. So I'm just like, okay, and then I do it again, and he's like, नहीं अब अभी भी नहीं समझ रहे हो. And at this point I'm convinced that हर trainer का अलग ही कोई form होता है, because they never match. Whatever I am taught in one gym, I'm taught something a little bit different in the other gym. And he's like, अभी भी ठीक नहीं है. I'm like, I put down the weight and I go into the washroom and I start sulking. I'm just so underconfident. I'm just like, क्या मैं इतनी बड़ी loser हूँ कि मेरे से एक exercise जो मैं सालों से कर रही हूँ मैं गलत कर रही हूँ. It's like I'm doubting whether this guy wants to talk to me. I'm doubting, am I such a dumb person that I can't even get one exercise right? Oh my god, कौन सा वाला trainer जिसने मुझे ये exercise बताई थी? Which one of them was wrong? Like, there's all these thoughts coming into my head, and I'm just like so torn apart that why is it that I'm just trying here for years on end to build my confidence, and some guy decides to come over and knock it and just give unsolicited advice. At this point I'm convinced that some men just love walking up to a woman, showing their dominance and telling them that, listen, I know better than you, because I've never ever seen a man walk up to a random guy, a man who is also doing a workout, and be like, hey, you're not doing this right, let me help you. I've never seen it. Maybe it happens, but I've never seen it. And basically I left that gym, I was literally crying, I was howling, because I was like, भाई कब मैं चैन से वर्कआउट कर पाऊंगी. And I go home, and of course I resort to taking on the internet, and that is the time that I posted a story. And I remember this, it was like 4 stories that I posted on Instagram, and I was literally crying in it, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I can't get it right. Men always keep approaching me, they keep talking to me, I don't want men to talk to me. Is it so hard? People can't respect my boundaries, people keep giving me unsolicited advice, they don't know my goals, I just don't want to be talked to. At first I was like, oh my god, what did I do, that's so embarrassing. But I'm so grateful that I posted that story, because so many women contacted me and they were like, oh my god, this has also happened to me. They were like, oh my god, this is why I've stopped working out at the gym. One woman, she was like, this is why I've actually talked to the owner of the gym whenever it's like their off hours, which is like in the afternoon or something. That 1 hour she goes and works out in peace when there is literally nobody in the gym. That, my friend, is what a woman has to do to just work out in peace. Okay, then there was this other girl who was like, this is why I quit the gym, now I just do my workouts at home, because she didn't enjoy the male gaze. Why are we sacrificing so much as women? So basically all women are struggling with this. I'm saying like I have a very small following, उसमें से कम नहीं तो 6 से 7 औरतों ने मुझे approach किया. I wrote the stories that I read that like, oh my god, this happened to me as well. And all of the men that came in my story, some were very nice, but some men that came in my stories, they were literally like, oh, my ex came in my stories and he was like, oh, you should, you know, just ignore and like move on. Thanks. Thank you. तुम्हें ना इतना भाव नहीं देना चाहिए, you should just like ignore it. I didn't try that. I have never tried that. For the past 8-9 years that I've been attempting to go to the gym, I have absolutely never tried ignoring someone. But the advice that women gave, I'm going to tell you now. It's very small changes, but this has somehow stopped men from approaching me at the gym. If you have struggled with any of the things that I've mentioned before in this video, you will benefit from this. So number one is try and get a more premium gym membership. Even I cannot afford 25-30,000 a year all in one like payment, but if you can, I really advise you to do it. Even I'm going to do this because I'm still broke. Then I'm gonna ask either my parents from money or my friends from money, and I'm going to pay them back like monthly, because these premium gym memberships, they cost you a lot less if you buy it like all in one go, but if you buy it like on a monthly basis, they're really expensive and practically unaffordable. So why you should get the most premium gym membership that you can like find in your area. If you can't, then it's fine, maybe you can listen to the rest of the tips. It's not for the reason that you might think it is, because money and privilege does not guarantee that people will not cross your boundaries. That's something that I thought would happen, but that's not true. Get one of those like chain kind of gyms, because their trainers, they have a reputation to keep up to, and also it is super easy to complain. For example, there was one day this trainer just walked up to me and I was doing my exercise. Usually when I'm on my periods and stuff, I don't really do weightlifting. Sometimes I'll just do cardio and call it a day, and you know, because I want to do things at my pace. And he just walks up to me and he's like, "ऐसे तो आपका weight lose होने से रहा." And I was like, how rude for you to assume that I'm fat. First of all, what if I was like really happy and I was like, you know, I think I'm in the best shape of my life, but here you are, you just came up to me and you decided to fat shame me. And second of all, तेरे से किसी ने पूछा मैं वेट कैसे लूज करूँ, क्यों लूज करूँ, how is it any of your business, and did I ask you for any opinion? So as soon as I got out of the gym, there is this thing that comes on the app of the gym where it's just like, did you enjoy your session? And then if you click no, that's like, why didn't you enjoy? And then you click on trainer, and they had the photos of all the trainers that were present there at the gym, and I literally tapped on his face and I was like, this guy gave me unsolicited opinion when it wasn't even asked. I submitted that, and I don't know how it works कि वो anonymous था क्या वो anonymous नहीं था, but that is what I did. And basically this is not some local gym, and they really want to keep the reputation of their gym, so there is no way in hell that that guy is probably coming up and talking to me ever again. So that is one reason that you should get a premium gym membership. The second is that you should be super confident about your workout before you enter the gym. So when you're confident about your workout and you just like look at your workout, whatever workout plan you have, you're looking at it from YouTube, you have somebody helping you or whatever it is, be super sure. I'm saying like even practice the positions before you go if you have to, and be super confident at the gym. I'm saying this because the minute you enter the gym and you're not confident, somebody will come up to you and try to talk to you, and if you're not confident about it, your confidence may shatter, right? You might be like, oh yeah, maybe I'm not so sure, so maybe they are right. You'll have that kind of opinion. But if you were quite sure that whatever form that it is, you have practiced it at home, you were literally looking at the positions in the mirror and you watched the workout before you came, if you're confident, then first of all, that guy, whatever he says, you're either going to ek kaan se suno and dusre se nikalo, or you'll have the confidence to be like, listen, I think I'm doing it right. If you're not confident, you might give in to that guy and be like, maybe, you know, you're saying it right, okay, thank you for helping me, and then later on you're just like, was I really doing it that wrong, or was he just trying to talk to me? So that thing, okay? And then the third is don't make eye contact and maintain a straight face. So this was one of the tips that one of the girls gave me, and she was like, your resting face needs to be like bitch face, okay? You need to be so strong in your aura that nobody fucking approaches you, okay? And this is something that my mom also told me when I was very young. And also this ties in with being confident, right? So you need to be so headstrong and so like that people think twice before approaching you. Also, as soon as you go into the gym, do not make eye contact with anyone, because a lot of members and gym people go to the gym the same time as you. You see a lot of reoccurring faces, and so sometimes you're just like, oh hi, Now regular people it's okay, but every time I say hi to a trainer, now they got the cue that अब तो हम इसे ही ट्रेन करेंगे, and this has literally happened to me. So now like at least trainer को तो मैं कभी हाई नहीं बोलती, and not all trainers are bad, okay, because there's this one trainer, if I am like doing squats or something, I just feel like there are a lot of men around me, that guy literally just comes, and I told you that I will share good experiences of men as well. That guy just comes and he stands like this, and he doesn't even look at me, he just looks at, like if I'm working out over here, right, he just come, he's not looking at me, he's just looking at everyone else who might be staring at me, especially if I am the only one or the only one or two girls at the gym. So yeah, don't make any eye contact. That works for me. Maybe you're just more social person than me, then it's up to you. But every time that I've made eye contact, that person has seen it as their cue to walk up to me and talk to me, and I don't feel like talking to people at the gym anymore. I just have had way too many bad experiences. Also, one of the girls on the Insta story told me that she wears headphones so that nobody talks to her. Honestly, there are some assholes out there who will talk to you despite the fact that you're wearing headphones. And now I go to the gym, I'm always wear my headphones. Literally got headphones for this purpose. I don't even listen to music sometimes, I just have them on so people won't talk to me, because sometimes the gym is playing really nice music and I'm just like, I'll just enjoy your music and not worry about playing my own, and everyone can just assume that I'm listening to something, and that way they will never ever talk to me. Honestly, that's been working out for me in my favor. So the second last thing is dressing very confidently, and I realized one that actually dressing a certain way does actually change the perspective on how people look at you. So now what I've started doing, instead of wearing loose t-shirts and something that, because I don't really care how I look like at the gym, it's such a huge chore for me because I'm still trying to like that place. Usually I end up just throwing any t-shirt on, any pajamas on, and just go. But I have realized you're supposed to be doing the exact opposite, because when you're super confident at the gym and you are wearing like clothes that are like tight and one of those cool gym clothing, gives other people the illusion that you know what you're doing, and also that you've been coming here for a long time and you're very confident in your body and you're a very confident person in general, which is why less people approach you. I'm literally like wearing really nice clothes at the gym now, at least whatever I have, but even then I wear whatever is best available to me, and I do like a very cute hairstyle or something that tells other people that I mean business when I step into this gym, and you need not fuck with me or my space. And then the last tip, if you absolutely have to tell somebody to bugger off, tell them. Even if you feel like, oh no, this is rude or whatever, just tell them that I don't want any help. मुझे मदद नहीं चाहिए. Keep your feelings and your space over pleasing somebody else. So yeah, that is all of my tips. I hope that this video is not too long and you actually watched it till the end, because oh my god, did this video cost me so much emotional energy. But this was literally stored in me for such a long time, and like my throat chakra literally feels so clear now. It's like I've said everything that I've ever wanted to about my struggle of going to the gym. So yeah, if you want to watch that video where I talked about male and female hormones and how like they affect our body in terms of gym and the corporate world, then I will link it down in the description box. Otherwise, if you watch all the way till the end, if you have any similar experiences, I love to hear them in the comments below, because it honestly makes me feel seen. I hope that this video also helped you feel seen. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. साडी वीडियो पसंद आई तो लाइक तो कमेंट जरूर करियो, और साडी नवी वीडियो लिए सब्सक्राइब टू सूरी नॉट सॉरी.